Hi guys, thank you so much for coming back to my channel. I decided to come on and go live because I wanted you guys to see how this chicken was going to turn out with me. So I'm going to put this right up here. Oops. Turn it this way rather. Excuse me. So I was live earlier and I said, you know what, let me do this live and let's see how it comes out. So I have my flour here. My chicken is already seasoned, okay? And I use dill pickle juice, okay? You can see that it's just regular hamburger pickle, dill pickle chips. And that's my chicken. It's been sitting there flavored up nice and beautifully. And I'm just going to add a bit of seasoning to my flour because the flour needs to be flavored too, right? Gotta have flour in there. Black pepper. I figured this would be the easiest way for me to upload something, right, you guys? So, stir that up nicely. I did add potato starch to this because I want it to be more crispy. So, I'm gonna put on some gloves. And gonna get this chicken going. Oh, I feel like I gotta sneeze. I'm boiling corn as well, so I like my batter to be wet. So don't be like, ooh, ah. I'm gonna just throw it in. Throw it right in. Throw it in right in here. Oh, so seasoned. It's seasoned so well, you guys. I promise you. Very well seasoned. You gotta have good seasoning. You gotta let it marinate. You can't just throw it in a pot once you buy it from the grocery stores, you know. You gotta make sure everything is cleaned and nice and delish, you know. So go in there. Go in there. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna add it right back into the seasoning mix, the pickle juice seasoning, right in there. We want lots of flavor on there. Okay, so I'm gonna throw that in. Throw that in. You can smell that pickle juice right in there. I know somebody may think it's gross, but you know what? Pickle juice has a lot of flavor. It's seasoned with garlic. It's seasoned with dust off the flour. Get some control over here. You just want to make sure that it's well done and delish. And that your family, of course, they're going to enjoy it. Yes, they're going to enjoy it. Your family's going to enjoy it because you've doubled up on the flavor. And this is exactly what I'm doing. I'm doubling up on the flavor because I want it to be as tasty as possible. I'm not going to just give all my hopes and put my hopes all up on the pickle juice. Of course not. No. I've seasoned it with garlic, with pepper. Oops, I have to double dip it. Remember I told you guys we're double dipping our chicken? Yes, right into that good old-fashioned marinade. Gonna keep that, hold that up. You want a nice crispy flavor on your chicken. And that's what we're doing here. You want it to be flavorful. And I've also flavored up my flour because I want flavor. Dust that off. There we go. Really nice. And I'm going to pair this off with some boiling. I'm boiling some corn on a cob right now to make sure that everything is nice and juicy. You want everything nice and juicy, you guys. Juicy, flavorful, unforgettable. And that's what you want every time you cook. You want it to be unforgettable. You want the flavors to be so delish. You're like, wow. I like that. When I cook and people say, oh, you know what, Emmy? I could still taste the flavors of your meal. And that's a good sign that you're doing a good job. And once you start doing a good job, you got to keep at it. You got to keep at it. I'm just happy that I'm trying this recipe. Like I said, this is mine. I know that the original dill recipe, I know it calls for buttermilk. Usually I do fry my chicken with buttermilk, but no, I didn't want to put buttermilk in this particular recipe because I wanted to see how tender this was going to be without. Because what they tell you is that the buttermilk is a tenderizer, but if you think about it, the vinegar in your recipe is also a tenderizer as well. So, perfect. I'm going to check up on my oil now. Just get rid of these gloves. And I'm going to put them in the, you see that? So I'm going to just wipe down and clean off my area here. Make sure it's nice and neat. And then we're going to start putting the oil, the chicken right into the oil. Turn up. Okay, there's the oil. Be very careful while you're putting this down. Slowly, okay? I'm going to start with the big pieces just because they take much longer to cook. And shake off excess oil that you may have. Oops, you see how that? All right, so I'm going to put that on the flame right now. And I'm going to add a drumstick as well. Okay. So I'm going to wash my hands. Let me just wash my hands. Usually, like what I like to do, you guys, is I like to add the flour just on top. Okay, whatever's left over, just leave it on top until you're ready, because you will notice that it'll begin to like absorb the flour. So what I like to do is I like to wait, but since I don't have that much chicken, I was able to do that all at once. Okay, I'm like washing my hands, some good soap and water. How is everyone? I see I have 2 people here. Hello, thank you for coming by. Always a pleasure, always a pleasure. Oh, I see that I had a little, gotta clean up the grease here. I keep this little lollipop for my daughter when she's bothering me, so she don't, oh gosh. Wash that with some soap. And I'm gonna be making some green beans. Frozen, I buy them frozen, not in the can. I have to wash all of these things off, jeez. And I like to make sure you fry that. Let's show you guys what that looks like right now. There you go. And I'm frying this in vegetable oil. Okay. Even that. I have my corn on the cob, which is pretty much done. And what I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to be turning this off. Watch this. And I'm going to be fixing my green beans. It's a simple recipe that I'm going to be using my green beans with. And all I am going to be adding to my green beans are garlic and a tad bit of butter. No salt. no salt. The less salt, the better. As you know, when you flavor up your chicken, the seasonings in your chicken it provides enough sodium. So you don't want it to be too salty where people can't eat it. You understand? So I'm going to get the green beans out in the freezer. And I'm going to wash them really well. So it's 730 grams that I'm going to be making. Just going to wash up the bowl real quick just so I can wash my green beans and put them right into the pot. Okay. Let's cut the bag open. The best time. Woo. And what I like to do with my green beans is pretty much go through them. So if you can see this, I would just take this and I would snip it. Just snip the top off, have your shears ready, and you can snip all of these off because they're no good, you know. Just take the bag that it came in, right there, and then we're just going to snip them and just put them over to the side. Je n'ai pas, Minda. Just want to look into that. You see that? You want to remove the head. Because, you know, when they're harvesting them, they are cultivating them, they are... Demande à Jamie, s'il vous plaît. See that? Just pull those off right there. Choking hazard, they are, believe it or not. That is a choking hazard. So you want to look as much as you can. Just cut the tips off. Whatever looks abnormal to you. Nothing's perfect, even in nature. Okay, throw that in some hot water, rinse it off. Faites silence, s'il vous plaît. Oh no, I never turned down a flame. Oh my God. Make sure you are frying on a medium high, you guys, because I just forgot my chicken and I was like, oh my God. And one of them got really dark. J'en ai pas, j'ai dit. Let me just put my green beans to the strainer, okay? You have to wait. Okay. Gave it a nice cold wash. They're beautiful. They don't take no time to cook. There's no reason for you to be getting them in a can. Much healthier for you and very delicious and healthy. So why put it in a can, right? No need. Okay, so take this out of the way, put that in the trash. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my garlic and I'm going to saute my garlic right into that. Took my head of garlic. Okay, you're going to just take your garlic. I know people want to see my face, but I'm cooking. So you're just going to peel your garlic. Okay. And I'm going to crush them a little. Crush my garlic a tad. And I'm going to saute it in a little bit of olive oil, and then I'm going to put it onto the stove. Yes. You don't have to use the stuff in the powdered form. Use everything as much as possible that's available to you. And garlic is available year round. It's one of those seasonings that's Not only cheap, but just so easy to find. So it's one of the things that you want to use what's readily available to you. Okay, I'm just going to take this away, my corn. Put this over to the side. Keep it nice and hot. And then now my garlic. We're going to, like I said, I'm going to smash them a bit. And the mortar and pestle. Going to hear a little noise, but nothing that's excruciating, okay? Really nice and smashed, okay? We just want it to infuse the flavor, okay? You want those flavors infused. Let me get a little oil. Take good olive oil. You're going to put that right into your pan. Just a tad. You don't need too much. And check on your chicken, which I'm doing now. Wiping down because it, like I said. What? C'est quoi? Milk? That's milk, Amanda. Excuse me. I never turned on the flame. Hello. So, take our garlic. Can you see I used about 3 cloves of garlic. 3 cloves of garlic. Smash that up very well. Right into the pot it goes. And you know what else I like to do? I like to rinse it out. Yeah, when it's ready, throw a little bit of water in it and get all of the flavors in there, okay? So, you want it to be tasty. So, I'll show you guys a picture of the some chicken. So get it in, right? There you go. There's the chicken. Those are 3 thighs and a leg that's going there. And then I have my olive oil and garlic going. Hi, Let's Forever. How are you? Oh, I'm sorry. Hi, Buttercup Bunny. Hi, Victor Lion. Sorry, I didn't get a chance to come in and talk to you guys. Because I didn't think I was going to come on live again. But I figured this would be the best way to do it. So, this afternoon I spoke with everyone about making pickled juice flavored fried chicken. And that's what I'm making now. And I have it on a medium low. Sometime once you start to get it nice and brown, you can always throw it in the oven afterwards. But today I'm just leaving it on top and letting it do its thing. I'm not rushing it. But like I said, what I had forgotten to do was lower the temperature. And I left it on high. So you have to be very careful right before you put your chicken in, even if you put it on high. But once you put it in, you need to really put down the flames, your temperature, otherwise it's going to burn. And that's what almost happened to mine. Mine scorched because I forgot. So I'm going to let my garlic brown a bit before I introduce my green beans to it. Like I said, these are green beans, very cheap. It cost me $2 for 750 grams. And you know what? The can is not going to be as fresh. And it has preservatives in it. You want something as much as natural as possible. So, I want to show you guys to the point where I want you to add, see that? It's just a tad brown, okay? And you're just going to add your green beans to it. I've washed my green beans. I've cleaned my green beans. And now you're just going to introduce your green beans to your pot, okay? Let me stir that up, and I'm going to add some water to it. Give it a nice stir. Stir it up nicely. Let everything come together. Beautiful flavor. If you don't have fresh garlic, feel free to just add your powder as it's boiling. So here you have it, okay? I'm going to get the light on for you guys because this is too dark. I'm saying that now. Forgive me. And the water that I used in my mortar and pestle, remember that I told you guys? That water, can you see there's garlic floating in there? I'm going to just toss that right in. I'm going to add another full, that's like about a cup. So about to 2 cups. And there you go. There you have it. So, just wash my hands real quick. Hurry up. Just check up on your chicken. I'm just going to wipe down a little here. Because you'll see that everything starts popping, and just want to make your area as clean and neat as possible. Let's see here. Can you see how this turned dark? That's a big no-no. That's because the flame was too high. So you want it to be nice and beautiful like that, okay? And it depends on how the pot is sitting as well, okay? So there are my green beans. And this is just olive oil and garlic. That's it. And minced garlic. It's on high now. And I have corn on the cob. I try to use things that are in season, because pretty soon you won't be finding corn on the cob. So you want to use things that are in season. You want to enjoy it. And I promise you, you just like certain things like watermelon. Those are just so wonderful. You want to just take up those opportunities to eat them as much as possible, because you're not going to find it in the winter, right? Right or wrong. So I like to take my time, and now I like to flip my chicken over another time, okay? So if you see this, okay, I like to flip it over again. Flip it over one more time, and I rotate it. So there you have it. Because these are big guys, you know. They're huge. They're huge thighs. And I have it on a medium. Can you see that? You don't want it on too high. You want it to let it take its time to cook. You don't want to burn your chicken. You want to really enjoy the flavors as is. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is, what do I have in store for you guys? I have the mashed potatoes. I'm going to be making these mashed potatoes only because it's readily available and it's good, okay? You want to make sure that you're having good stuff and it's readily available. You know what? It's 100% real. I don't know if you can read it. 100% real. Made from real Idaho potatoes. And hey, why not? This is the biggest that I found in my local Walmart. So I'm making these tonight. And I'm going to add some fresh garlic as well to that. And then that'll be it. I guess everyone is gone. So I don't know why this isn't coming out to a boil. Let's see, who's here? Who's all here still? Okay, Hash Info. When is your next live, Hash Info? Buttercup Bunnies, how are you? Make it leave me. Work this out. Just delicious. Look at that. Absolutely. Can you take this out? You want to slow cook. You can look for Jimmy. Amy, put it on top of the stove. Huh? On top of the stove. The other way? So this is the rest of the chicken that I'm going to be frying. So let me fry this up and then I'll show you guys what it looked like at the end.